the YouTube platform, welcoming the Lorax once again. Could it be a regular thing? Regular sightings of the Lorax on YouTube. This just in. Regular sightings of the Lorax occurring, well, regularly on YouTube. Bang, 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 bang. Hopping on board. Nobody really wants to be first, but nobody definitely wants to be last. Could it be another sighting of the Lorax on a YouTube? Oh, yes, it could. Because here I am, once again, with my terp sluts, doing the damn thing, because that's what I like to do. Found me through Matthias? Yes, you and probably 70% of my full grouping of terpinators, terpsters, dabsters, dabficionados, nostradabmoses, cronficionados, asterpnots, and all of the above. Okay, well, I'm not sure. Last time I was on my live here on the YouTubes, I had just under 100 people come through, which was nice, especially since I hardly have been doing the live thing on YouTube. That being said, let's get our numbers up there. No, I'm just kidding. Tonight, we'll see how many jump on board. Doesn't really matter. But what I really wanted to say is that I'm trying to, do something with each live video that's a little bit more significant than maybe just having a slug race. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good slug race, and it actually is extremely significant in the overall heap of significance. However, sometimes, we have things we need to discuss. Sometimes we've got things that will simply just need to be talked about. So, tonight, one of those topics that keeps coming up in my circle, and probably your circle too, because I think our circles are interconnected, you know what I'm saying? And that is hash in all its amazing consistencies and varieties, and what's really going on with hash these days. While we let a few more people jump on board here, I'm going to go ahead and continue my DJ Mix-a-Lot session, and I'm also going to puff some Dengue root. So that being said, I hope that you're comfortable and also have your high-grade chronic with you so that you can kick back, either ask some questions, maybe maybe just listen to what I'm saying, or a little bit of both. So let's see. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and go towards, let's see, which direction tonight? Start with a little Ross Timmy. Now, I really, as much as I like all reggae music and Bob Marley and all the popular ones, what I'm really into is the lesser known reggae artists from the Caribbean. Doesn't really necessarily matter, and doesn't have to be from the Caribbean. I mean, they could be from the UK or Africa or anywhere, but usually they're going to be from the Caribbean area. And so tonight, at least for this few couple tracks, I'm going to be playing Ross Timmy, which you can find on my SoundCloud at Sebastian Case, and I've got a full I've got playlists with Ross Timmy on it, so you could just go and check out his tracks. And I want to let you know as well that I've been smoking all sorts of flavors of my pins, all sorts of my flavors. I was doing that over the past hour while I was working on some other weird projects that I like to work on, and I'm lit. Like right now, I'm just Fade Star. Look, up in the sky, you can hardly see it. Fade Star. I don't see it, Daddy. Look harder, son. Okay, so back to Ross Timmy. That's Ross as in King. Timmy with two M's. Banging. Yo, fam. So it's 7:01. We've got the bearded basements going on down here. What's going on? Melts Pineapple Express live resin hitting some of that. Get it, get it, get it. Yo, all high grade is welcome on the Lorax's Tabernacle freaking outstanding high grade session. So the herb that I'm currently smoking on, at least this puff will be, it's Podge, which is purple octane jealousy. Oh, God, and it's so freaking good. Let me just tell you right now how good it is. It's not really a word that defines its true essence for me. It's more like a sound, and that sound would be oh. It's fucked up. So fucked up. Smoke in the air like you just don't care. Haters will say it's fake. They'll be like, dude, he didn't even inhale that, dude. Annie B! Octane in my brain. Yo, Marcus, wagwan, Bregin. Music to bring the people together. It's the true universal language. So, that's what they're going. So everybody's, a question I get asked a lot is if I like rosin. I'm like, are you talking to me, dude? I fucking love rosin. Are you fucking kidding me? So that's another thing too here, check it out. It's what it's all about. I do also want to start my videos here on YouTube for the next little couple of weeks or whatever with a slight introduction about myself, so that the people who are not as familiar with the Lorax can be, quickly assimilated to the program. I've been doing the social media thing for freaking a decade now, and I'm not here to talk about that. Yes, staying on track, live, unedited. So what I am going to talk about is hash, and I wanted to start with just briefly discussing, in layman's terms, the two different types of extraction that we're all dealing with on a day-to-day basis. But nobody really seems to know what they're dealing with. But they all talk like they do, and everybody wants to be a genius about something, so it's best to be a genius about things that you don't know anything about. You can sound really important. I got these little things on my screen, just keeps frustrating me, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, two types of extraction. Class, does anybody know which type of extractions these are that I'm talking about? Does anybody know the two types of extractions? So you've got your solventless and you've got your solvent. But the technical names for them, or the actual names for them, are mechanical separation and soluble extract. So I'm going to say that again. There will be a test. Mechanical separation and soluble extraction. So the two, even though you're just, and both of them make hash. Like, BHO is not always, or is not, it can be classified as rosin or resin, but it's not always classified as resin because we like to leave that reference for live resin. So, but all of it's hash. Resin's hash, rosin's hash, solventless is hash, BHO is hash. It's all hash. It's like Kleenex is all tissue. Tissue is not all Kleenex. Kleenex is a brand name made by Johnson & Johnson or whatever company that makes it, but it's not when I pull out a tissue for my nose, it's a tissue, it's not a Kleenex. So it's all hash across the board from, and just, speak when you're talking about it. So somebody's talking about BHO, and then some solventless guy says, well, that's not hash. That solventless guy is a weed idiot. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, taking notes. Okay, good. That's good. So anybody who might miss the note taking, you're gonna want to partner up with Marcus after the class. It's 7:06. I'm gonna have to take another hit. Just got super lit off the podge. I've got another strain that I'm smoking here that's just as witty. It's called the Juicy J. I can't remember the exact what its lineage, what its parental units are. Yes, this will be on the test, plus other things that haven't come up yet. And then there's probably also going to be a pop quiz. So just so you know, nothing is out, but now that's out. Okay, so this Juicy Juice just is fire. Stick with me over the course of this. Oh, that's another thing too. I said there's so many other things I keep meaning to bring up. I'm gonna always try and keep my lives inside 30 minutes. People have got things to do. I respect your time. I have things to do. I hope you respect my time. I know you do. So that, and also I know that everybody's, listen, I know you don't have me like penciled into your schedule. This is like, oh shit, the entertainer's on. Drop everything. Let's go. But I can't expect you to do that all the time. And the second I say I'm going to be here every night at a certain time, I don't want to be that time on that night. It sucks, but I just have to be honest with myself. When I commit to something, I quit to something. I mean, I really don't mind committing. This committing in advance, saying in a week or a month, I'm definitely will be right here. Oh, hell no. Then you don't know the Lorax. You know what I'm saying? I just cannot commit to that. Yeah, everything dropped, son. There we go. I'm glad. Class and all my breast students are right in front. Everybody that's going for a straight A and people that are leaving, my students are leaving me fresh nugs on the table. Because that's how we be doing, you know what I'm saying? Okay, hold on, just saying, DJs, I gotta cut the DJ and put on my own background check. And then we're gonna get more back to the mechanical separation and soluble extract. I consider putting on a little jacket, like a little professor, some glasses or whatever, a little pointer. And then I realized that it was 6:43 and I probably didn't have time to gather the necessary props for hints and said character. Hold on, I'm just working at grinding on the weeds. Yo, fam. Yo, beware of government. I'm loving that, yo. Fucking shit. If to the people out there no, don't get me started on government. That is not. Yo, it's 7:09. Do you know where your rig is? Listen, don't get me started on the government. That's going to have to be saved for another issue. But people who are questioning the government are my type of people. That's all. We'll leave it at that. Okay, so, and if you don't know, I did serve time in the military. So I can talk because I actually am a veteran of the Gulf War. So both of my butt cheeks have space on them for kissing. Okay, don't forget, if I get sidetracked from my conversation of mechanical separation and soluble extract, to please get me back on course. Sometimes I deviate at the most random points. Okay. I'm gonna take another bong hit and then I'm gonna sit in my teacher chair and I'm gonna teach a little lesson. I love you guys, if I haven't said so, and 710 amongst us. In case there's any idiots out there, 710 is also why we celebrate oil, because upside down it's a no foil. It's the oil, a 710 zero toil. I'll get my belt. was lit. Guaranteed, if you're not smoking herb right now, you still got high because you just watched me get so high that it got you high. That's why. YouTube, me tube, we tube, sweet tube. I would like to highly recommend making sure that everybody's got their puff points mushroom chocolate bar. That way they can dive in anytime, that's for sure. Yo. Alright, yo, on another episode, on another level, I want to discuss this. Let's keep it, yo, rudimentary. I like to keep it rudimentary. Some people didn't like it elementary. You know, Primo him keep it rudimentary. Yeah. So, yeah, all right, hold on. Just, this is what's up. We've got mechanic. So let me just start off by saying this is sweet and I made it for myself for my birthday. Yeah, well, if anybody wants it, it is available for sale. And I didn't write my birthday on it, and I didn't write happy birthday to myself on it, so I could still sign it for you if you're interested. I think this is called, what is this? C2F. C2F, it's RC3PO. It's C2F, it's clear to fade. Oh, damn, did you, Jacob, you just caught a couple steps? You might want to play that back after I post this. You might want to screenshot that and make sure that the steps you have, just to make sure that they're right in the right order. You know what I'm saying? Because the skeet dance is only a skeet dance if its skeet is in the proper dance. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to use a taggy as one hitter with the fade to the F2 clear. Yeah, I dropped this on these for 125. No chain though. No chain. It's all inside out. I'm just letting you know. It's all inside out. I did the whole thing. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so I'm seeing 19 peeps on board, and I'm seeing half of those peeps have already put their thumbs up, and that's I'm extra loving those cats out there. Here's the peep on the turnaround here. I really like when peeps gives me the thumbs up because thumbs ups, like I'm here. I'm the one doing the works. All you guys have to do is just give me that thumbs up. Say like good works. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I'm gonna give him the thumbs up because it's that good works. See, look, see how it's all clear right now? Ooh, look at that. Banging. See how pretty she is, boys and girls? She's a real ditty. I don't even know why I'm doing this. This was so not part of the plan. This is why I'm always being goofy, because I am stoned and just distracted by so many of the cool little things around me. Son of a bitch. It's a real dab limit to be in. Yeah, infinity. Yeah, it is. It's the bow tie. It is infinity, but it's a bow tie. Just so you know. Yo, D2F, Captain Bloody Oz. That's right. You don't know. It's the D2F, dog. RD2F. Sorry. See, there I go again. What was that? Watch my time. Sorry, guys. I know I'm not used to being under the time limit now that I've got all these sponsors. Now that I'm on YouTube with all my sponsors. Okay, I'll get on it. Sorry. I love that. I love pretending that I'm pretending that there's a crew of people behind me. I love that. It's one of my favorite things, having people under me. People that basically, you know, for lack of a better word, have to just do what I say. Obey me. Obey me. Like when you go into the park with your dog and you look up and you see that sign that says obey scoop law. They're telling you to obey. Obey the scoop law. Right now, while you're here on the live with me, I'm telling you to obey the terps. Obey terp law. Oh my God, I'm going to every park. I'm going to every park with a pen. And I'm I'm freaking Seb feeding all that shit. I'm just be like, dude, oh, babe, terp law. And you know, of course, you know what the terp law is. That means you're now entering a city park. You must have some sort of cannabis smoking apparatus on you. That way, when you get as close to the center of the said park, that's where you puff. Duh, I thought this was a law across the entire nation. My bad. Okay, so yo, what's the best way to get into the cannabis industry? I moved up north. Okay, that's an easy one. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get a seed, a little marijuana seed, high grade, preferably not out of bag seed, just because you wouldn't want to, for your first round, have a hermaphrodite. You know, and bag seed's usually gonna, there's a greater chance that it's gonna herm, but it will really fuck with you and really bum you out because it will be a female, which of course will be awesome for you when you see that it is a female and that all that veg time was worthwhile. But until it gets to about the 6th or 7th week of its beautiful flowering process, you come out one morning and then it looks like a banana tree. And there's nanners of freaking male pollen all over it because it was a herm. And now your sinsemilla is just Mila. It's just Mila. Yo, man, that's nice Mila. See? So that's just what I'm saying is that you're going to go ahead and follow my instructions. That was a side note about where to obtain the seed from or not to obtain the seed. And then once you actually are in the midst of growing said plant and you've realized that it is a female and you're getting ready to harvest, you're like, maybe you're harvesting and you're going to, strang her up on the line. Right about then, you'll remember this very live and you can say to yourself, oh my God, I'm in the cannabis industry. What do you think about that? Surefire, guaranteed. Every time, if you make it to the line, the string, don't matter what you think. You're now in the cannabis industry. What you think on that one? I'm reading your comments. Whenever you can't see my eyes and you're just staring at my schnoz, first of all, I know that. I know that's happening. That's also a signal to you guys, a signal. As plain as any signal there ever was that was a signal. That I am reading your guys' clever little reactions, comments, questions, innuendos, emoji, and the et ceteras. Okay? I also can feel myself that I'm getting ready to seize up as far as saliva due to the dryness of my mouth. I've never said that. Due to the dryness of my mouth. That's fucking awesome. Yo, I don't even care if you like me. You might want to just listen in because I am witty. And I could add to your wit pile. Your pile of wit. Your wit and that you wittily use whenever you want to be witty. Yes, to Cherry Coke. To all people who said that it's just Dr. Pepper, I say fire burn. And I will meet you in the courtyard at high noon. It is, I know, but whatever. I've got some sort of weird thing going that tells me it's not, and that anybody that does, I should fight. So anyway, that wasn't part of my discussion. It should be one of the videos that I do since I'm on YouTube, and YouTube's big on that sort of stuff where fighting, conspiracy theories, and everyday items, which can be freaking placed in my advertising scheme towards my followers, which was established just moments before I decided to say, yes, we'll go live. What's the get in Canada? I hope that answers your question, Jacob Tease. Yo, we got to obey the terp law. That's right. There's certain terp laws. Here's the thing. Remember, And don't get it confused. Not here, not just here on the Tabernacle, but also in a real life dim. So, when a real law is broken, its effect is immediate, no matter who sees it, who does it, where it's at. It's like, see, I just broke the law of gravity, and so what happened? Well, my shit fell. Okay, so that's what I mean. It's a law, but see, that's why men can't make laws. They think they can, and they spend. Well, that's all they do. I mean, these guys at the top, anybody in a suit like that, they're all involved. They're all involved. Being managers or up, so they're all in a way, even if they're not direct real lawmakers, they're all in a way making laws. Their jobs make laws. Okay, but how are we so busy making all these laws? Well, basically it's insurance. It's to protect insurance, and insurance is America. America is insurance. That's basically what it is. That's why nobody can get health care. That's why, we've got the worst of everything, because basically it prevents any business, not that the business anymore is interested in doing anything properly or ethically. That's a whole nother video, which I probably should be making as well. Back to this original thing here was that, so ethics out the door. Wait, hold on just a second. Somebody's comment. She loves to spread the love. But that's what the guan. We spreading the love. Okay, so I got to get back to the hash. But with what I was saying, don't get me started. Just don't get me started. All right. So I'm gonna repost this video on a live, and then I'm gonna be taking notes from my own spleels. And I'll be like, oh, I need to talk about that. Oh, I fucking forgot to talk about this. Oh, I fucking went brain dead right there. Again, oh, the background doesn't look very good here. Oh, I need to change the colors on the hypercube. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. I'm having anxiety. Wait, I forgot to smoke my weed. Oh my God, this is awesome. I should make a playlist. Yo. Also, for the people who really do dig the vibe, I dig you. I just can't see you. I don't know what it is that you're doing right now, but I'm pretty sure I'd understand you. If I didn't, whatever. But I am going towards making a Patreon, and I'm telling you guys right now, nobody's ever done a Patreon like I'm going to do it. Like the people that are following me or paying money for me, I was thinking like there's going to be like a $4.20 subscription per month. And then if you want the deluxe inside super scoop, you get the $7.10 a month subscription. But the deal is so the $4.20, the regular inside deal is going to be nice. It's going to not only get you all the stuff like early, but it's going to get you stuff that nobody's going to see, because you would be able to see, well, actually, no, that would be the premiere. That would be the primo one. But either way, the primo one is going to be, you can be able to be live with me while I'm making the videos that I'm getting ready to post. See? I mean, it's more than a behind the scenes. It's a live behind the scenes, and a live behind the scenes of a video that you're getting ready to watch. And also, if you are a Patreon, it would be more greater chances that I'm going to really look at your comments, questions, ideas, and the yada yadas, etc., etc., in a more serious filter. I'm just saying. Why? Because I'm a human. So these are things that I just want to say about banging. That's so funny. Moms, we're gonna have to change your little title on that and put Mama Primo on there, you silly dabscully wabbit. That's so funny. You guys are so funny. My folks, well, all of our folks, if you're my age, then technology for your parents, it has just that gap right there. It just doesn't, you know what I mean? I barely understand. So our parents with technology, nah, those two don't really fit together very well. They're in the same puzzle for sure, but they're not the two pieces that fit together to make the picture. Okay? Those are more like my kid, technology, it's really easy to find the picture pieces around there because you get what I'm saying. Okay, so back to hash. Yes, Ja. Well, by my earlier standards, I've only given myself 4 minutes, but if I do it quick enough, it will never take that. It will always take longer than that. Oh, yeah, okay, banging. So what is DGAF energy we all need? Just being yourself and loving life. What is that DGA? Oh, don't give a fuck. Of course. I mean, you know, the only reason I didn't know what that meant was because I didn't give a fuck. Oh man. See this right here? If I have my shit right, this is where I'd fade the music in so I could laugh a little bit longer. It'd be like, actually, here we go like this. And then I'd be like, yeah. And then I'd be like, no. Then I know you guys are now still in a comfort zone. You're not feeling like, what? Man, I got some dishes I gotta wash. When's he just gonna like get to the next thing? Because I know people's be feeling that way. And people's that be feeling that way, check yourself. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing to me. But for you, it's just not a good way to be. You know what I'm saying? Or people that you know that are like that, it's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? And if they think they're cool, because that's usually why they're doing something like that, they're just cool and they got shit to do. Well, that's not what a cool algorithm would do. That is not a cool reaction. So how could that be cool? I'll tell you how. It's not. Isn't that awesome? Like, yo, you know what the best thing about cool is? Cool is matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. And how do you know when somebody's telling the truth? When they explain what they're talking about in the fewest words possible. They're not beating around the bush. They're grinding it up in their palm. Not beating around the bush. They're just grinding it up in them palm. And them smoking it with the man. Say, I don't beat around no fucking bush. I'm like Moses and I say with the burning bush. I me say grind up the bush. It's usually the kush from the mountains of the Kush in Afghanistan, where all the war of the people. Everybody really needs to know reality of this here show. King Selassie is the way to go. And take some herb and then you grow. Yeah. 100 apps on their parents' phone. Who else has it close to 100 apps on their parents' phone? That's so funny. Fortunately, well, we're not going to get into that conversation right now. Okay, so, yo, I'm fucking funny tonight, man. I'm cracking myself. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna give you guys a little something extra. Solventless. First of all, I love solventless. I absolutely love it. Anybody that thinks Primo doesn't like rosin or solventless doesn't know me, straight up. And then that they should, since they definitely don't know me, that's funny that they're even thinking about me so much. That would be my reaction to that. You know what I'm saying? So now let me just tell you why you know me as a BHO person. That's because before I started Primo, there was no reason to know me. And if you knew me before Primo, well, you would have known that I absolutely love solventless because I made the best of it. As in, I didn't just make the best of what I got for intake. I made the best of it, period. I mean, like, I remember the first time just self-discovering. Now, this is where it's nothing new under the sun. When it comes to hash, there's nothing new under the sun. Like, sure, there's new strains and things like that. Just like, you know, with anything, it's evolved that way. But as far as like the process of making hash for 4,000 years hasn't really changed. Like, there's nothing really that you can do. Like, they definitely had their different grades. They definitely had their white. You know what I'm saying? There was like all of it. They had their full melt. You know, it just was smoked differently. But the resins and the rosins that they were collecting from the plants, there's nothing new under the sun. Okay. There's always, ever since hash has been collected, it has been divided and separated into grades. usually according to color. Okay? There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So, anywho, I'm staring down my dirty laundry right now, Coleman. That's hilarious. All right, you get one. Since you got your poking house, so might get more than one poke at me. God damn, you really got a full revolver of trickiness here, don't you? Coleman Poking House is poking fun at me, and I told him, all right, you get one poke, and then I looked at his last name, and it's Poking House, and I figured, well, fucker, that guy's got a shitload of pokings. But see, I just poked you so hard that you're like, ooh, that was a good poke. Maybe I should shut up and listen. All right, so yeah, it's the DJF kicking in with the guan. So that being said, I love, and my take on solventless, just really quick on that, is that anything lower than 45 and lower, obviously that's just junk. As far as I'm concerned, 73 in a blonde, I'm talking micron sizes, 73 in a blind hash tests was chosen by myself multiple times in competition with 120 and 160 micron. So which the other two are slightly more appealing in color, just because of the smallness of their particles. So high grade BHO, food grade rosin any day. Said, saying, yeah, all can be amazing if done correctly, but rosin equals fire is a gross understatement. But you're absolutely right. Nothing is out, but now the word is definitely out. I'm glad that you know that. That means the word is out. So let me say, I'm going to explain all that here really quick. It's 7:33. We're going to definitely have to go another 15 minutes. Hopefully I've been entertaining enough to not be construed as a airbag or, just really just tooting my own horn. So, okay. So here's the deal. BHO, the reason that you guys know me as BHO, well, is because of Matthias. And Matthias was really popular, and him and I, well, we've been fucking with each other for a while, a long time. And so, naturally, that's just that's a byproduct of our relationship, and it benefited me very much, just as well as him. You just didn't see it in the numbers. Seen? So, and Matthias and I are still very close. Anybody who says otherwise can fucking continue to smoke mids. It's just due to proximity and location. It's unfortunate we don't see each other as often, but trust me, anytime we do see each other, fucking the terp oceans part. So that being said, I'm working on this little grind up of the juicy juice in my hand, and solventless. Anybody can do solventless. It doesn't require a license. It doesn't require a professional. You can learn on the fly and not feel like you might be in danger. That's not the case with BHO. Also, BHO is where BHO and hash, thinking of them as two separate things, like just closed loop extraction meets hash. Look at it as a visual, as the garage and the laboratory crossroads. Sorry, I can't do the thing because I've got a pinch of weed. As the two worlds of the hash, old world hash, all the way Morocco, all the way back to birth of Christ and prior, before then. Seen? So hash and closed loop technology used for all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden, whoa, weed can be used in it too. And then the two are all chink, all right? So just picture it like that, because that's who I represent. That's at the point in time where I was. And that's why my story is interesting, because I was on the front line. It was still totally illegal, but it was also peaking. Like, what happens just before shit goes legal? It peaks. You get the rooms bigger than they ever were. At least when they were illegal. All the knowledge, everybody's doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, and it's we can't see that happening, and then it becomes legal, and then it starts to reshift and organize itself according to mass hysteria and fads and Instagrams, and that's a whole nother conversation, which I will note to myself to jot down and discuss in deeper, more detail at another time. However, the same is not true with BHO because BHO requires what? Intane, aka butane. Now, butane, you have to have an account somewhere. And if you're buying it and a lot of it, that definitely could raise some alarms. So, you have to be a professional. Hence, Primo, a licensed operator for solventless operation. I've consulted not like a lot, less than half a dozen, but companies, and those were well-paying jobs. And you know what? I learned from both of them that I was at, and I guess that reveals them as two. Is that all right? Am I in this? Is that okay in my non-disclosure? It's okay. Whew, holy shit! I thought I was gonna have to delete the whole live for a second. I don't have to delete the whole live, right? Okay, cool. Wait. Burns not watching. Burns not watching. Oh, oh shit! Now I might have to delete it. Burner. Oh. So anyway, yo. So with the consulting thing, we'll talk about that later too. You little dabscally rabbits. Thanks, Jarvis. It's so fucking funny. Look at that. Yeah. So with the BHO, not saying that it's hard, but here's the thing about anything: until you know it's hard, and when you're learning and you don't know what you're dealing with, except that what you're dealing with will blow up, then it's hard. Anybody else says otherwise is a weediot. Okay. I mean, seriously, when I say that, literally, I mean that. Like anybody who thinks otherwise could actually debate me at some other time, and I would do a live video with them, live, boom. They could cut the screen in half and ask me in real time, and thinking that they're all righteous, going to come on and crush me with that, and I would be like, wow, this is going to be like amazing, like cut off at the knee sort of thing in public. Like I wouldn't put myself in any sort of situation where I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? So, and also know that, I may come across like a know-it-all at some things, but only with what I know. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I love the most is learning new things. And I'm always, I will listen with an open ear, especially if I'm actually listening to you. You know what I'm saying? And I always room for another take on things or an understanding where I thought it was this way, but now I understand that it's, not that way. Just that sort of thing. I love learning and shifting and because the mind is for molding. You know what I'm saying? The brain is for breaking down the chemicals, but the mind is for molding, So everybody's all looking at, they're like, well, we can't figure out the brain. I'm like, dude, that's the maze for the chemicals. You know what I'm saying? That's like how they get around. You know what I'm saying? So, but they just anyway. So solventless. So now you see what I'm saying. So BHO. The reason you know me as BHO is because Primo is a extraction service. Primo is an extraction service. I've been with some of my same customers that I've been with since I started Primo at my original location underneath the Hawthorne Bridge in Portland in 2012. And it's 2023. Okay. So, and that should be, as far as I'm concerned, hash makers, their clientele list speaks volumes for their work. You know what I'm saying? Because it not only dictates who that hash maker is giving his work to and who's getting it, but how long they've been procuring with him because of the quality that he makes. So, there's that. So now with hash, we're at 740 right now. I really don't want to go deeper than 745, but, and the thing is, I don't really get hearts or anything on here. There's no way of knowing, I don't want to learning is growing. Second one stops, the other does too. Yeah, the thing is, you never really know what you're learning when you're learning it. Nothing is out. I just want to let you know that. Like, you could sit down in a history class and come out with a better lesson in physics, because something happened. Like, I don't know, the girl next to you dropped their coffee and you fucking grabbed it before a drop spilled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you have to be really careful in defining the situation, because quite often, and far too often, the definitions that we are using aren't the ones that we define for ourselves. 90% of the time when people are, talking about what they're talking, everything up to the subject they're discussing is a sentence assembled from other people's sentences that they heard. It's not even their own. Because if it was, you want to know why? It'd be unique. And you want to know why I know that? Because unique is just like you. There's only one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you was doing your own thing, you're going and do it. See, like that. Like, and no, I'm just saying, and most of you are. I'm not talking at, I'm talking with. You know what I'm saying? But instead of saying go and do it, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's where I want it to happen. So that's why I say go and do it. Because I love it. The Jamaican culture and the family there that I'm so is in my heart. It's like I love that, and I listen to sounds is my thing. Sounds is my thing, and I hear that guandui, and it's just like it's so just guttural and what it means. It's like it's not even two words. It's just guandui. Go and do it. And so you can be like, yeah, the white guy's like, let's go and do it. Hey guys, let's go and do it. I'll be right there. Or you can be like Ross and be like, oh man, go and do it. Hey buddy, do you want to go down the street? Yeah man, go and do it. Seeing, it's just like, it's a no-brainer. It's just a no effing brainer. Bang, bang, diddy, bang. So, people ask me how the heck I even got into making hash. And that's a good question. And the key to that is, because you have to remember, I started making hash still when it was illegal as these nuts. First time I made BHO was in 2002. Now, I didn't start Primo in 2002, but that was the first time I was introduced to open blasting into a glass Pyrex and that whole thing. When I was like, oh, wow, that's honey oil? That's crazy. Never heard that before. Seen? All right. So in 2002, I was introduced to it. That was down in Grass Valley. But I didn't start getting into closed loop making until, or understanding the closed loop until 2010. And then, and I had also been making, like I said, I'd been making solventless in, 5-gallon buckets. I mean, you have to remember, weed was still $3,500 a pound. So it's like, it still had a great value, such a high value on it that you didn't really consider washing your hash, because first of all, there wasn't really a market for it unless you were a connoisseur. And since there wasn't a market for it, then how were you really going to sell it fast enough, since really you were making it for yourself anyway? And then if you did that, well, then you're washing your funds down the proverbial drain. So, I mean, I'm just saying, so these are all things that, you have to consider when it's illegal and you're taking a risk. Which the youth these days don't have to, and I thank God for that. However, it's unfortunate because it's created these little fucking dildos that are basing all their strains on high numbers, and that is another video for another time. Numbers and purchasing weed and the entourage effect. See, that was a note that I just gave myself on your guys' time. Yes. So back to the solventless thing. So I guess since it's 7:45 and I'm definitely within 15 minutes, I can definitely finish this. So stoners, that's pretty about right. Yeah. I was like, I'll definitely be over within 30 minutes. I'd really like it if it was 20. And here it is. We're going to be coming up on a full hour at the finish. That sounds just about right. Yeah, I love you guys. Yo, hold on. Now, listen, I've been talking a lot for a second and I need to read comments. Music. That's what I do. Look at that. It's a little segue for me. Let me just read comments for a second. It'll only take a second. So, if you need a pee or something like that, this is a good time to do it. Yeah, Turp Ninja, I see you. 30-minute, 5-minute explanation. My nothing is out. I take your vibe, bro. Respect. It takes a certain sort of person to be able to be sarcastic on social media and be taken sarcastically. You got to be careful with that on social media. You can be like, "Oh, dude, I didn't mean it like that," and like real quick. You know what I mean? It's so anyway. But because I'm a cool guy, it's harder to do that. But don't get carried away. Is out. Basement, yo, Terp tap that like button. Terp tap that like button. I'd appreciate that, Basement. What the go on? So check it. Back to I got cotton mouth. So before I say another word, oh man, I really want to eat another one of these bars, but I want to bring this to Mama Primo tomorrow, unhinged. It's always nice to get an unhinged snack treat. When you get it pre-nibbled, it's fine, but it's not, cool. Here's fine, and here's cool. You know what I'm saying? Fine, cool. Sometimes, and usually, we use that in the sense of you're here, but we want you here. However, in this particular instance or terp situation, it's the opposite. You're here, but you could be here. Yes, Tija. All right, then. Enough of them are tired of me, but enough of them are staying for more. All right, so this one's called So Many Traps. Little track that I'm working on. Oh, it's so brutal. You forgot what happened, and you won't forget now. Yeah, that's right. Yo, brother Rick. Yo, on high, baby, on high. Yo. And hold up. Brother Rick said that Primo was cooler than a fan. I said, I want to make sure that him know it's oscillating on high too, me brethren. Yo, Brother Rick, long time been supporting Primo. So anybody out there that question that, and them a idiot. Cooler than a fan, he said, on high, oscillate. The hell? I went to my Jesus play earlier. I forgot to wipe the makeup off. What's that hole in your hand? Sorry, I thought that was fun. I thought that was funny. What? Too much? Too much? Bring it down a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. You're here, and we need you here. I can actually see the Mama Primo's face right now. I can see it right now. My mom actually rolled her eyes right then. She couldn't believe how I reused that. She just couldn't believe it. She was just like, oh my God. It was all love, but she still rolled her eyes a little bit because she was just like, does it ever end? And that's what I've been trying to tell you, Mama Primo. No. My life is a closed loop. My humor is a closed loop. My life is a closed loop. My hula hoops are closed loop. Don't get me started on my closed loop hula hoop song. Why you bullshitting? Yo, fam, I love you guys. Yo, wait, you on SoundCloud? Bro, I'm on Pro right now already. Got like 40 songs on there. Sebastian Bass Case. That's where you're going to find me. Let me show you. This guy, remember I just said how much I was vibing with Nothing Is Out? Then he asks me about SoundCloud up on my live. Most people I'd be like, yo, chill. There's a line. You need to get back in it, yo. But since that, I just want to show you, what did I do? What did I just do? I just pushed my SoundCloud button. Now, what I'm saying, look, I'm gonna go like this way so you guys can see it. And then, what did I do after that? Well, I went to my Liz library, and then I went up to my corner deck, so I see you guys, so you guys can see where I be at. You know what I'm saying? Where I be at? Where? Where I be at? So I'm up on them sounds clouds. All right, all right. See, there's me right there. That was a show I did on the beach, on the ocean. That's why there's sand there. I mean, he said, "Oh, good." That's from the Lord of Lords. So, yo, hey, listen. Here's the thing. No fucking around. This is my soul up in these nuts right here. You know what I'm saying? And I have been performing on stage for enough years. Enough years. Ever since I was a little tyke. I've been entertaining people. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was entertaining them. But then it evolved into Terps from Tane. You know what I'm saying? Because the entertainment, it couldn't maintain. So you know how entertainment could. You know how? But the music on here, just because of all the neat little gizmos on the apples and stuff like that, really got me into producing my own music for myself, as opposed to having to have a band. And I've been singing and doing, I've been performing I've been main dude for a minute. So, and I mean that humbly. I just didn't really know what else to say in that very. I've been lead singer and center stage. Basically the guy that the people would get the ticket to see. I've been that guy for a while. But see, then there wasn't really a way for me to produce music, without having to travel and just do all the stuff that musicians had to do. And so that never happened because I needed to make money. You know what I'm saying? And so now that all the cool gizmos are available, and I chose SoundCloud as opposed to Spotify because, well, SoundCloud's just fucking simpler. It's just simpler, less commercially. And I've had a pro account on there for a while, so please do support. Take the time to listen to my music and recognize the dates. A lot of it's instrumental. A lot of it's vocal as well. And the playlist that you'll find all my music on is Bass Originals. But so anyway, that is a big deal to me. I'm just saying, an astronaut once said, "Holy shit, I'm high." Yeah. So Coleman Poking House, check it. It's higher than giraffe. It's giraffe pussy, and then you're higher, and then after that is astronaut nuts. So it's giraffe pussy, and then when you're higher than giraffe pussy, the next level is astronaut nuts, and then after the astronaut nuts, the next final, and I think pretty sure, definitely, absolutely, without fucking doubt, the last level is alien anus, higher than alien anus. So NASA satellite is in there somewhere. Maybe it's right in between giraffe pussy and that's right. That's right, because the moon's really far out. So there's another one in between that great boundary there. So that's higher than a NASA satellite. There's that one. And then you're going to go up to the astronaut nuts and then the alien's anus. Because, even though an astronaut nuts might be down there in the cosmic dust, moon dust, so to speak, they're still very high. From our perspective, they're still very far up there above us, able to drop down on us, hypothetically speaking. Okay, so back to the hash. Oh my God. Because I couldn't make the cross section when I was pinching the hash got left out. I kept wondering, what's that fucking yelling? It's like, hey, down here. I was like, now I hear it, plain as day. It was the fucking Terps in the weed yelling at me. Getting all mad that I ground it up and they didn't fucking do what I was supposed to do with it. And that's fair. If I was a Terp and I got left out in the cold with my clothes off, like I just left all these little lonely Terps, I would be angry and yelling at the guy as well. So I get it. I'm sorry, little Terps. You guys need to warm up by the fire? Okay, that's nice. Let's turn on some of this more music that I was making. Don't worry, we're wrapping it up. Oh shit, I only got 4 minutes. Because you can't have Primo without the O, baby. Amazing microphone checker. So, back to the solventless. Here's the deal. Soluble extraction is very different than mechanical separation, even though the outcome of the two is very similar. The soluble, and this is where I think I broke off and went off into my own little thing that I do, side tangent. You have to remember, when I got into making BHO, not only was it for, I recognize that there was need to be a service, it was also cutting edge. Like, there was nobody excited about doing a wash of solventless at the time. And it was just a lot of work. If you were doing it, it's just, it was a lot of work. The shit wasn't available that's available right now. That's, Polars and all that stuff, those guys, Bruteless, they're not, and all that stuff that wasn't, 710 Labs, not shit, none of that existed. None of it. Jack fucking stainless steel shit, fucking kidding me? Hells no. So vac ovens, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Or and freeze dryers, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what that shit was. I mean, I remember when I first discovered, because I'm a glass blower, I remember when I first discovered that I could get butane at the same place that I was getting my oxygen from. I was like, oh, of course, duh. But I didn't know. Nobody else knew. That's another reason why I'm primo, is because like there was only a very small handful of us in the beginning, and and I say that due to your location. In your location, every city that's large enough, that was large enough to have a weedlers thing, had primos. Had people like me who were, and like now I'm going to tell you the reason that how I was the person that got into it, or how I became primo, was because there was one primary ingredient at that time, 2008, 2007, 6. There was one thing that you needed if you were going to consider spending money on equipment and time on making hash. You always had to have weed. There wasn't, why would you get into something that you just had, like, once every time you even harvested, every 3 months? You know what I mean? Why would you spend all that money on it unless you just had piles of cash? Because it's always been expensive to get into it. So my thing was like, I've always been the guy. Hey, listen, I'm 50. My 51st birthday was the other day. I'm old enough to say that now. I'm not boasting. I'm not bragging. There's a lot of the guys out there, not quite like me, but whatever. It's all right. Maybe it's not my uniqueness, and I'm just putting it out there for everybody to see. You know what I'm saying? And when I say my uniqueness, I mean my voice. And it goes for everybody. It goes for everybody. If you find your voice, then you will find your uniqueness. You will find your response. You will find your reason. You will find your definition of whatever it is you need to find in order to refine your path. Seen? Like a laser. That's why I'm so into them. Lasers can't be distracted. They're the most distracting thing because they can't be distracted. See? It's like the antithesis is right there. So anyway, that just getting all freaking turbo-philosophical with you guys. But so I was the guy who always had the weed, so it just was natural for me to have the idea to offer, a service, and also I've been growing weed forever. That's another thing. I mean, and if you don't know me, I was in High Times in fucking 95 and then again in 97. So, I had been growing weed since the year after I got out of the military, because I started smoking ganja when I was in the military. That's where I really discovered it. I was a late bloomer when it comes to my age for smoking ganja, but I did smoke it when I was in the military, and I had my, I'd already kind of grown up. You know what I mean? I mean, I had a lot of growing up to do, but I'd already grown up. And that being said, when I smoked, it was a different experience for me, as I had already established a position in my life as young as I was. When you make a decision to go to the military and you're living off base and you're driving your own car, you're making your own decisions. So it was just like, I was amongst men. That's what I'm saying. And so it was like when I started getting high with them, and they were also under the impression that was something I'd been doing for a while. So I had to put on I've been doing this for a while face. And that's a story for another time, which, just the video note mark. Oh, Jesus, we're at 65 minutes. So that being said, I was always the guy with the weed, so the natural progression was aligned and things were ready to unravel. And I think that this is really just a great place to stop it, because then I can go into greater detail, and from here, you guys are ready to now, maybe you'll think of a question you want to ask or something like that. And just when I say that I will be back soon, I know sometimes I'm not back, but this is different now because, I just did a fucking over an hour video on here, and you guys were with me, and that's time. That's 26 people. That's a full day we all just spent together. You know what I'm saying? My point is, I don't take that lightly. And if you see my videos posted and you see long ones, those are the ones to watch, because that means I got on a roll. You know what I'm saying? That just means that I was like, I was feeling what I was saying. And isn't that what we all watch? People who we are interested in, actors, athletes, whatever it is, entertainers, isn't that what we watch them for? Is to be themselves the most. Like, let me see your response, your reaction, your take. Let me see you make a mistake. Let me see you be in the light. Let me see you, what's important to you, And I'll tell you what, 99.9% of the things that are important to me are as well the same things that are important to you. And the reason I say the 0.9 is because I know terps are right up there for you guys. And I haven't been smoking much on here. I started this one with letting you guys know that I was more focused on just kind of getting the story out. And also, I let you guys know that I have been smoking the pen, which is just, it's just, you don't know how I get. I never, yes. I mean, is that the first stutter I had? Is that the first tongue twist I had on the entire thing? The oil of the pens gets me so high, I never recognize it until a couple minutes later. I'm like, oh my God, this shit is so strong. It's just so strong out of the pen. Fucks me up every time. And I started the video like that, and then I started smoking more of this high grade. I still never made it through the stuff. It's ridiculous. I really love you guys sticking through with me. I noticed my numbers never really changed. Those who jumped on board definitely stayed on board. And for that, I salute you. Your terp karma, I can see already. It's just starting to glow, like that. What was that the last dragon, or the glow? So maintain the terp glow, because the terp glow is fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to read comments. Gotta get more elevated. Yeah, I'm super high. I was, so actually we talked about the highness. I started this video higher than astronaut nuts. That means I came down dodging satellites. You know what I'm saying? And right now, when I stuttered, that's when I landed out of the giraffe pussy. Right there in front of you guys on a live video. And all I can say to myself is live and learn. Because sometimes you crash and burn. Hey, listen, I love you guys. I'm bouncing out. And as I always say, I want to make sure I get all you guys' little dabsily comments. Oh, The Last Dragon? Oh, come on now. That's a whole nother movie right there. You're going to see long videos from Papa Primo. Yo, this is YouTube now. I feel different. It's a different platform. It's a whole new platform. A brand new. But it feels just like the same old one. And don't forget, go to my Sebastian Case SoundCloud, and you can do what you want with it. But just know there's more music getting ready to drop, and I sure appreciate love everybody who supports me, and I do see you. And so I hope that you as well are getting the support that you need in the life that you are living. Yo, bless up. Till the next. Oh, wait. Not bouncing yet. I was going to give you guys an estimate on how often I was going to be back. I told you in the beginning, I do not, the second I dedicate to something, I start to hate that something that I dedicated my self to. So I can dedicate myself though to definitely, without a doubt, I will go once a week for sure, if not more. And I'm not going to say when it is. I would like to say that one time for sure will definitely be like, 7 o'clock, Monday through Friday. I will definitely, at some point, I will go live. So if that's worth it to you, you can keep your guys' notifications on and know that around that time is when I will like to do my main initial video. Now, I will be posting more videos here, not live, and I will doing more live videos, not at 7:10, just randomly throughout the week, the weekend. Another thing is that the Lorax doesn't really do weekends. Whenever the weekend comes into mind, I think of somebody who can't pull their weight, or maybe afraid not at the end, and that's just not. It's not that it's not cool. It's just like not how we're like set up. And so I do strong starts. So we don't do weekends, but we do strong starts. Okay. So as Friday comes around, then we do a strong start for the next Monday that's ahead. See? So that's just like and I don't say appreciate. It's a Rasta thing for sure. It's a Rasta thing, but I've been there. I've lived there I got family there. I have friends. Things. That when you're there for like any culture that you might go to and submerge yourself into for a long time, you start to just get their tongue, and so some of the things, like saying scene, that's just another way of saying, do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Scene. And so like, there's just some things that I've just always not only held on to, but stuck real easy. And so that's that. Anyway, I'm lit, and you guys are my fam, and someone got the passion and knowledge when an hour reels like 5. Respect, nothing is out. You was very kind all this whole while. You guys, remember, if people, when you're talking to your friends and things like that, just they may not know what to watch. We always recommend good shows to our friends. You could always be like, even if you ain't got time to watch it, you should just have the Lorax on in the background while you're taking a shower and just listen, almost like a podcast. I mean, I know I'm sexy and all that, but and sometimes I hold up nice things to look at. But in reality, it's just it's the message, and that's what needs to be amplified, because the message is from the Terps. You know what I'm saying? And the Terps is like, they're everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And they're definitely with all the cool people. You know what I'm saying? So respect the Terps. Till the next time, blessed love.